Josh Allen, like, the big thing with him, and a lot of people were like, oh, he's like inaccurate and stuff. And you saw like over his first couple of years in the NFL, the accuracy thing was kind of like, hit and miss. You look at his numbers, they weren't as high. And then year 3, I mean, it just MVP. Like,
Yeah, he took off.
like
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
So what was the difference? Like, why the struggles early on, and then how all of a sudden year 3, I mean, he takes a huge jump in just how he's perceived. Like, he was literally like legit an MVP candidate, and before that, people were talking about, what is he going to be a bust? Had a big game, right? Talking about playoffs, was up like 16-0 to the Texans. Texans ended up coming back, winning that game. Like, how did he go from all of that and being perceived as somebody that was inaccurate to being extremely accurate and an MVP candidate the following year?
I think it has to do, and we talked about this a while ago. I think it has a lot to do with his confidence in the offense and being able to run the offense efficiently. The first year or two in the NFL, obviously I wasn't an NFL quarterback, but the first 2 years or first year for sure in the NFL, you're just getting the hang of it. You're trying to adjust to what you're seeing on the field as far as defenses. You're trying to adjust to calling the protections and making sure things are lined up correctly. Then you got the playbook, the full playbook on top of it, making audibles, reads, getting used to everybody's timing. So I think, going through those first couple years of, first year really, and then later into his second year is when it really started taking off. But just being more confident in the offense. When you're standing back there and you're running the show and you know exactly what everybody's doing and you're confident in the protection and the guys that are in front of you, and then you drop back to pass, when you know what's going on and you have a good feel for it, I feel like you're going to be able to deliver the ball a lot more accurately rather than questioning in the back of your mind if you're doing something right, if you made the right call protection-wise, or if this guy's really running this route, or is he going to stick it up versus taking it vertical, whatever it may be. So I think that his overall understanding of the offense and his confidence, just, going into year 3, he was way more familiar with it. Obviously speaking, whether he talks with his coaches quite frequent and then going over the offense with them in the offseason and making adjustments and things like that. Just comfortable with the playbook, comfortable with his teammates. Got some guys around him this year. They helped him out. Got Diggs there, which was huge, obviously. Beasley's a hell of a receiver. The defense has been pretty good for the most part. The offensive line was good this year. I think the run game's probably going to pick up a little bit more. They just got Matt Breida, so I can expect their run game to probably pick up a little bit more. That's going to take some relief off his shoulders. But I would, and I think that he cleaned up his feet a lot when he's everybody knows that he's got all the arm talent in the world. But if it really starts with your feet, and he cleaned up a lot of his footwork stuff, a lot of the mishaps where he'd overstep throws or step inside and try and push the ball outside, creating more straight line throws for himself, and just aligning himself at the top and just being able to make those throws confidently versus maybe questioning it and his feet are off to the side and he's kind of pushing the ball or overstepping around to try and use his arm to throw it across his body. I could definitely see the feet changing this year, or I saw the feet change this year. And in turn, he watched his accuracy go through the roof.